And hello to all the lovely people that may be viewing right now. I don't know that I see anybody in the chat yet, or am I just blind? But today's topic, Hello Paranormal Witch, is going to be about how well do you read people? Hello, Mimi Viz. Hey, beautiful to you too, and to Paranormal. You know, I was just thinking about it today. We talk to people all the time, online, in person, at work, at the store. If we happen to get to go to a restaurant, hey, vintage! But, you know, most of our communication comes about 70% accurate through just mere body language or tone or inflection, how we read people. You know what I mean? And it's very interesting that a lot of us don't stay in the actual moment long enough to actually read people. So I thought we'd go down that rabbit hole today. So before we do, let me play my intro. Hi, and welcome to my channel. How are you today? I thought I would do a little bit of, what is it called? You know, when you talk very lightly, or tap, or crinkle paper. What is that called again? Does anybody know? You know, when you go to those channels and they barely speak. Yes, ASMR. I told my daughter I was going to do that. She flipped. Mama, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I did that. She goes, Mama, they'll think it's for the wrong reason. Don't do that. So I opened. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough people in here for it to make any kind of waves. I didn't even get a good laugh. So anyway, I'm so happy that all of you are here. Truly, truly happy. We've got Paranormal Witch, Vintage Optimism, Mimi Viz. It says, I guess I'm the fifth. Yeah? Hey, Original Dawson Girl. Yeah, I was trying my hand at ASMR. You know. Anyway, I'm not going to lie. I haven't been feeling the best today. But I decided you guys make me feel better. There's all this good energy in here that benefits me as much as it hopefully does you. I've got a cat sounding like a dog in there. Oh, he's got a hairball, Eden says. So if you hear something, that's a cat. But at any rate, that's okay. The weather keeps fluctuating here. It's really warm, and then it gets really cold. And not like freezing cold, but if you have MS, it affects you when the weather goes up and down too much. Anywho, back to opening webpage. No, listen, lady. First of all, I'm not talking to you. Second of all, I would really like my personal correspondent in my phone to be somebody that sounds like a really good-looking dude from Scotland. If we could make that happen, I'd be really happy. Oh, thank you, Original. Maybe I should make a channel along with this one and try ASMR. Eden would freak. she didn't want me to do. She doesn't know I've done it yet. She'll know it shortly. Oops. But anyway, at some point I want to do a show on specifically body language, and I may even do a private class and offer it to some people really cheaply on body language, because not only does it help zero in on criminals for when they're being sent to court or trying to pick up the correct criminal, it helps in everyday life. What I was saying is, we are so on the go all the time that we do not slow down enough to be in the moment, to pick up on body language, because less is about what we say and more is about what unconsciously a lot of our body is doing when we speak. Right, wrong, or indifferent, not only was I intuitive growing up, and a lot of it, I don't know that I realized how intuitive I was, but I picked up on so much body language, especially in my teenage years. I love that idea. I totally listen to your ASMR voice. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I should do an ASMR or half an ASMR show one night and see how it goes, or see if we'd have new people show up in here. We'll see. See how it goes. But back to high school. Fortunately or unfortunately, like my brother would say, you were popular in high school. But I did not feel so popular, and I'll tell you why. I had friends and acquaintances, but to some degree, I feel like I kept a lot of people at arm's length. Hey, JC Bear! Because I picked up on so many micro communications through body language and physicalities. Yeah, I'll answer that in a minute, Original. I picked up on so many micro movements and physicalities in a person's essence and the tone of their voice and what their body did, and shifts in body, just small, minute things that I could really, really read the essence of what a person was about, like that. And so I did keep a lot of people at arm's length because I really knew who to trust. And I got the download, not the download, but the download in my system about what the reality of a lot of people were like. And I probably was more mature than a lot of people at that time, which is not necessarily a good thing in high school. So it was heartbreaking in a lot of ways, because I could tell who was lying and who wasn't. I was like a human lie detector in a lot of ways. And it would hurt me even if I didn't have anything to do with what the line was. Does that make sense? If I heard conversations or what was going on, even if it had to do with other people, I would know when this stuff was going on. And that even told me a lot about people. Or people could say things to me and I would know when they were lying. And it would just hurt my soul. Now, not saying that growing up I wouldn't lie by omission to my mom or something, because you don't tell everything to your mom when you're a teenager and you're going somewhere with friends, that kind of thing. But, when people directly lie to you as you were a teenager, that's a whole nother ball of wax. But as you want to, because, yeah, I do feel energy. but it was just like everything. I felt the energy. I saw her tone and voice. I could see things about movements in eyes, little microaggressions with the mouth, certain way it twitched, how body. It was just a lot. And come to find out, that was the whole thing. As I got older and went to college, and I was like, "Whoa, this is interesting." But Original Dalton says that this has got to get bigger. Why is my screen so small? With fear, disease, mass, lockdown, do you think we've lost the ability to read people? If we're doing this and we're around people enough online, like, ooh, my hair, girl. If we're online enough with people, hey, Shan, I think that we get to know I can read people, but don't always trust myself. I get what you're saying, and I'll get to that in a minute, too. Hey, AT2, if we're around people enough, or we get some face-to-face time with them online, like Shanna said before, like not so much YouTube-y stuff, but face-to-face, you get a general feel for people. The essence of their energy exchanged, and who is more genuine with you. So I don't think all is lost, but I feel like the pandemic has been a detriment, yeah. I do feel like it's been a detriment, and we're going to have to not relearn, but gear back up. I feel like there are a lot of people out here that as we get more acclimated to being social again, I would not be surprised if there are a lot of people dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, going back into socializing. I mean, truly. Hey, Yanni. Again, hey, JC Bear. But really, you watch, there will be more people as they can afford it. I mean, that's another thing. More people going to therapy, more people dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, more people trying to navigate anxiety and depression. As more people socialize, you're going to have more people dealing with, hopefully, I don't want it to be, but I mean, just unfortunately, navigating addiction again, more people dealing with, I mean, we've already saw divorce rates, people either getting closer or divorcing, especially Hollywood couples. We've seen a lot more people try to get creative. Yeah. I mean, it really is the thing right now. We've had to isolate so much and find ways to navigate at home that going back out in public just feels different. I mean, it's almost, think about it like this. It's not to the extreme, but I mean, nowhere to the extreme. But think about people held captive by another country during war. It's similar. The PTSD and depression and anxiety having to be dealt with. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. I had more of my freak out in the beginning because I had already seen it coming down the pipes. Because I was teaching English to Chinese children and I was watching the pandemic online. And it never dawned on me while I was watching it and feeling depressed and sad for them because the connection I had that we were going to get it over here. I don't know why. Maybe it was wishful thinking. But yeah, I think I answered your question there. But going back to, that's another thing we're going to have to relearn, being in the moment and learning how to really read people. Maybe we're going to be back more in the moment where we are being really aware of the body language and the connection with the eyes and the mouth and how people are working their body and stuff. When we go back, well, I won't be out there dating. But when you go back to dating, or those that will be going back to dating, AT2 says, man, why am I having to blow up my screen? What have I done to this computer? Where everything looks so small. I'm nervous about going to work. My job is very fast paced, and I feel like I got dumber. I don't feel like you didn't get dumber, but you're right. In our households, everything has been at our pace, and we've sort of dictated things. Now, I've been in a learning curve. I try to stay in a learning curve to keep my brain active because it's necessary for me. But I do spend too much time learning from the computer when I would really like to be learning from books. I think I need to navigate back that way. That's just me, though. I want to navigate back that way because I don't think the lights from the computer are good for you. Just me. I don't feel like you've gotten dumber, but I can see if you're. Do you mean fast paced where you're having to get up and jump up and move all the time? Or fast paced because you're needing to problem solve all of the time? When I blow up my screen, did you guys see me blow it up too? We've been able to keep things like that away from us because of the ocean separating us. Not this time. True. With all the air travel and everything else. Plus, it hit animals. I'm going to have to control my eyes and comments when we go back on site as I can mute myself and keep my cam off. What? Vintage, I always said I wanted to be a beach bum, but not anymore. I need to go to work. Do you live close to the beach, Johnny? AT2, I will come back to you. Problem solve. Boy, y'all got a conversation going on that I am not a part of. I'm all over the place. But I want to know, when you have been out and socialized more, did any of you pay attention to the to being able to read people? Yeah, both. I think Shant already disappeared. I don't know. She kind of pops in and out. Sometimes, if I like somebody initially, if I read some things, I tend to want to give them benefit of the doubt if I think it's possible I might could be off. Or if, okay, I'm like Shan, I can read people well, but if I feel like I'm having a bad day, or maybe I might be projecting something, I tend to want to hold back and believe something else. Or give it time, or, you know what I mean? I know once upon a time, I wanted to let people run all over me and believe the best or look for the best in spite of the things I might read. Because I believe there are really good things in everybody and that they can overcome. And I know I'm not perfect. And I know I'm always working on myself. So if I'm doing that, surely they can. And I used to live in that place. But, ooh, buddy, it can wear you down when you're young if you're always living there. Yeah, initially, but we're on the computer, and I didn't have that much interaction with you when I first met you. So I was trying to reach out to Shan more. And like I was trying to offer her something. I was trying to offer her guided meditation. I'm just going to say it. And I felt like she was shut down with me. Or either she read something to me that she did. Anyway, I felt she was a little shut down. That was my first impression. But again, we were on the computer and I didn't know her that well. So yeah. I felt she might be a little closed off, or maybe just closed off with me. But then recently you made a statement, Shan, that you don't like people to help you. You like to help people, you don't like people to help you. So maybe that was the thing. I don't know. Because you've never been anything but sweet to me. But again, this was in the beginning. But like JC Bear said, or somebody said, on the computer it can initially be difficult. You just have to. But when you and I have been face to face, it's been 100% different. Or when I don't know how to explain it. It's in contact when you're typing is harder than when you're interacting face to face. Don't trust easily. At least now I'm from Brazil and used to live in California. I mean, it's kind of like, let's say that you meet someone that you're interested in, that you're going on a date with. And it's the first time. Texts suck. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's so hard when you're writing. Unless it's just real evident and you've really spent time with the person. I mean, interacted with the person a lot. But let's say that you have met someone online and you meet them in person for a date. Are you watching their body language? That's what I want to know. Are you watching their body language? Are you listening more to the conversation? Or just looking at their eyes? Hey, Cam! Because I'm watching the body language. If I've gone on an interview, I'm definitely watching the body language. Now, I'm listening to what they say for sure and making eye contact, but I'm watching the body language. Because if I'm making eye contact with it, I'm not staring them down. But if I'm making eye contact and they're making it back, it's going smoothly. If their body language is more open with me, it's going pretty smoothly. If they're kind of like looking all over the place, I know it sucks. If the way they do their mouth, if I've had a patient in the past that, let's say I had to see them in the ER and it was drugs, right? And they'd been in trouble, and it was someone that also potentially had the cops outside the door. If they did their mouth like this, kind of what the mouth was a little up, other side was a little down, that's sort of a superior smirk, meaning odds are they're guilty because they think they're smarter than us. There were just little things. They think they're smarter than us and they're going to get by with it. There's just tiny little flicks of things that you have to watch and take note of, and then I would keep interviewing or I would keep taking notes and looking at certain things. For instance, if someone smiles at you, now this is hard if someone gets a lot of Botox, but if someone smiles at you, and obviously that was a fake smile, but if they smile at you and the eyes don't move and they haven't had Botox, fake smile all day long. A genuine happy smile, the eyes are going to crinkle. The eyes are going to crinkle. If you're talking to a group of people and their feet line up with yours while the group of people are talking, they are wanting to be friends with you, genuinely interested in you, etc. There are just different things going on. Like I said, I'd love to, do a whole thing on body language. But I'm just really curious. I'm going to drop the link to how many people really read what's going on when they're talking to new people or meeting new people. I've got, again, dry mouth so bad all the time. Invite, copy to clipboard. And you guys, I rescued a puppy from a kill shelter yesterday. Eden went with me. We get to pick her up tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm going to show you a picture in a minute. My mom's going to think I'm crazy. So I haven't told my mom or my brothers. They're going to think I'm nuts, but it was part of my birthday too. But I didn't want to, just randomly get a puppy. I just really wanted to feel what was right and who was right for me. So let me show you. If I can find the pictures Eden sent me. Oh my goodness, I can't stand it. I'm already in love with her. Who is it? Hey, Shan! Hey, my love.
Hey guys, I'm just cooking dinner, so I'll be quick, but I wanted to show support. This is another great topic.
Look, Shan.
I was just hearing you say that. You've got like a little farm going on.
Yes, is she not a doll?
What's her name?
We're between Rose and Sage.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Is
What
she not?
what what made you guys decide? Because your life wasn't busy enough?
Well, I've always had, look, since I was a little girl, I have never not been without birds and cats and dogs, and I'm an ark.
So your arc wasn't quite full. You knew you had room to help another one.
I have been rescuing. My grandmother used to laugh. She said I've been rescuing everything since I was. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
And then I saw that they had. I didn't even see a picture of them. I didn't know what they looked like. I saw at the kill shelter they had them listed, and I was like, I gotta go look. And it was literally like a jail. I kid you not.
Poor thing.
I've been to the regular animal shelter, the Humane Society, but it was right across from the jail. We had to make an appointment and get on the phone to tell them we were there and knock on the door, and they let us in, and we had to sign in.
But it was like doggy jail.
Yeah, it was doggy jail.
Oh goodness. Well, congrats. It's so
Thank you.
exciting.
Well, see, she's also going to be, I'm going to train her, and she's going to be my companion dog.
How is your other one adjusting?
We don't have her yet.
No, okay.
They had
That
to,
should be interesting.
they're fixing her.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, congrats.
Thank you. I like your hair up.
Sage. Oh god. So greasy. This is home look. Home look. Okay, great topic as always. Dana has the best topics because Dana's the best. It's true. And I just wondered on this body language thing. Not so much the body language, but the first impressions. What would you say are when you're first meeting someone, what should your own personal body language or energy be so that you're not misrepresented or misinterpreted?
When you first meet someone, not arms closed.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're sitting down for an interview, I wouldn't necessarily do legs crossed either.
No kidding. Okay.
I would put feet flat on the ground and your arms on both sides of the chair and have your hands open when you talk. And
Would you would you use these same applications to like a date, not just an interview?
yeah, and
Okay.
if you're interested in the date, mimic their body language at times. Not all the time, because then it'll look cray.
But how are you okay, see, this is where I get confused. If it's about reading someone, shouldn't you be natural?
Yeah, I'm not saying do it all the time, but you'll find at some point, even if it's unconsciously, you will start mimicking their body language and not realize it.
Okay, okay. Because
But
I
if you're
certainly want to learn from you, and I don't want to be misread because that is definitely something that's happened to me in my life over and over and over.
it's so easy to get misread when you're first meeting someone online and you're not face to face.
Even in person, though, I get that. They're like, "Oh, I thought you were such a bee." I'm like, "I'm so not a bee. I'm just sassy." Oh, I remember when I first met you, I stayed clear because I thought you were going to kick my ass. Me, I've never been in a fight. Like, I'm always misread. So I think that's also why I don't trust my judgment when I read people, because I'm like, people always read me wrong. I must be reading this person wrong.
Can I be transparent with you?
Bring it.
I feel like because of what you went through in your first marriage, that unconsciously that there may be a little bit of protective energy there.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. That would make sense, right?
That it's just an unconscious protective, but you're not trying to block anybody.
Correct.
You are loving and kind and have a beautiful heart and would pretty much walk through hell backwards for anybody.
Maybe. Depends who they were.
I mean, you have good boundaries, is what I'm saying, but you have a good heart. But I think that when new people come up, that there is some degree of unconscious protection.
So then how can we learn? How can everybody in this room learn about that unconscious protection?
But you need it though.
I was just
Actually,
going to say that because obviously we have it for a reason.
yeah,
So
you do need that unconscious protection. You don't want to be like wide ass open.
maybe
I
we
mean,
do.
well,
JC, nothing.
you do when at points, but when you first meet somebody, you're sort of scoping the landscape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was younger, I was so wide open that people did take advantage. Well,
Dana.
not so they could jump in and swim the river.
Ah, is that what it's called nowadays?
I just don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just wanted to check in and see if you had any tips for that.
Oh, but listen, if you don't like the date, don't be so open. Sort of turn away.
Okay.
Don't be so this way with them.
Oh, I might do that. Actually, I think I do that because what ends up happening is the guys I don't want end up being like, "It was so great. Let's do it again." Because I think I'm overcompensating, trying to be nice because I'm scared my face shows like this.
I mean, be kind, but look at your watch. Look
Have
at your
my
phone.
exit plan.
Look at your phone in between.
Okay, I can do that.
Do little things to give off the energy that this isn't working. But be kind in the interim. Don't overcompensate by being, oh man, I feel like crap because I don't like this guy. Because that's why he's getting the, oh, let's do this again.
Yeah. Okay. Dana, I love your shows. Thank you so much for sharing all of your wisdom with us.
Well, I love you so much too. I like your shows too.
Oh, aren't we just a love fest over here? So I'm going to get back to making dinner because it's just almost 6 here on the West Coast. So
it smells good.
Oh. What it is. Oh, you are the best.
What are you making?
I am making
fish.
No, I'm not. My kid had tacos, and I am having these Chinese pancake things that you use as a wrap for your vegetables and stuff.
Sounds good though.
Yeah, I don't. It's really interesting what I eat in a week, but yeah, it's flavorful. How about that? Yeah, it's like a
I
little
need to
Chinese
learn.
pancakey thingy. It's like a little pancakey thingy, and then yeah, you take all your vegetables, like your pickled vegetables, and you just kind of wrap it. It's like a wrap. I'm making a wrap. There, that was the short answer. I give you the long one. I'm making Asian wraps.
You eat more interesting than I do. That's for sure.
I do, but I'm so lucky. We have so many cool grocery shops and ethnic places here, right? So it's easy. It's easy. Okay, well, you enjoy the rest of your show, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
I'll keep listening. I'm going to keep listening, though.
All right, bye.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Hello, Adam Harris. How are you? And Kim, she can't hear. Yes, sage is about cleansing. That's what my daughter likes, and my husband likes Rose. I think we're going to give her both names, and then when we figure out her personality, go from there. Bless their hearts. I don't know where they found those puppies. They're so cute. Yes, I do definitely have a zoo. I already have 2 dogs and a cat. I mean, I've had everything in my lifetime. I've rescued chickens before because if the chicken's black in a plant, they'll kill it. Oh, not a plant, but where they raise chickens. Oh, everybody's saying sage. But I want to know, how many of you, now that you're adults, pay attention to everything the body is saying? Not just the sexy time, but the communication of the body. Reading all the other signs, the tone of the voice, what their face is saying when they're telling you things. Like you're trying to figure out if what they're telling you is the truth, especially when you meet people online. I don't know how many. I know that Vintage is single, Paranormal single, JC Bear single, and Ready to Mingle. Adam, I don't know about you, sweetheart. Let's see what Adam says. Hi to everyone in the chat, moderators. Hope you guys are doing good. Yes, we are. Hey, JC Bear, did you hear my... Hello, Marzi. Did y'all hear my ASMR impression earlier? Lemon water. People generally smile at you, strangers, because they're trying to be nice, yeah. I mean, they're not trying to fool you. Who wants to hear my ASMR practice? My daughter's in the other room. I'm trying to pull her chain. She was like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm going to do it. The way they raise their eyebrows is another thing. What do we do when people use Botox and they can't move their face? Like, some people do it naturally, and they can use their face. They can still be expressive with their face. But darn, some of those women on Housewives are so locked up, except for their smile, so they can eat and stuff. They could go to court and you couldn't tell a darn thing. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I'm going to throw down the link again, but Eden got me a magazine. Asked her to get me a magazine, and she got me the Royal Family. Of course, I'm not going to tear it up. I'm going to keep it. I wanted her to get me pictures of faces so we could look at them and try to see what we thought about their faces. Now pick it apart a little bit. Now here is the queen. When you look at her face, do you feel like her smile is genuine in this picture? Or do you feel like it's just posed? Now she's with her dogs. See, she's got 3 dogs. Now, of course, she is in a castle. I'm not. Poor queen. I've prayed for her. I can't help but feel for her. What would you say about the queen when you look at her face? Now, I do feel like it's somewhat of a fake smile, but she loves her dogs. So, fake may be a little harsh. It's sincere. Is she crinkling at the eyes? Maybe some. But you can see through the furrow in her, and it's not just about age, furrow on her brow, that even though she's doing this photo, she's not as in the moment as it would appear. She's thinking about 10 other things as she's doing this photo. And really rather get on with it. Like she's saying, okay, have you got the shot? Let's get it done. But she loves her pups. What would you say about the shot? Now, she is always very stylish. She typically wears bright colors, though. Now, even your clothes say something. Have you ever noticed, like, after the whole debacle with Ellen, everything they were saying about how she treated her staff, and she had to come back out. We were still during the pandemic, and she was making a speech to her public. It's her first show back. Yeah, get back to my dogs. She looked like the elegant. She's trying to be happy, yeah. Very good, Yanni. She is elegant. But, the Ellen show, she comes out wearing white. Now, somebody might have thought, well, Ellen was just wearing white that day because Ellen wanted to wear white. She likes white. But that is not simply the case. Ellen wore white that day because it's sort of like a psychological trick. She wore white to portray she was innocent. It gives a psychological, unconscious thought that she's innocent. It like plants a seed in the minds of the viewers, if that makes sense. Just like when you go get a job, when they're interviewing for a job, they typically suggest that you wear navy or blue because it gives a psychological, unconscious signal that you are serious about the job, sort of like a team player, and it just puts an unconscious nudge in the employer's head. Shoes tell a lot about you to other people. They do. What would you think your shoes would tell your favorite shoes, the one you like to wear the most, would tell a complete stranger about you if they were to walk in your house and see them placed beside your door? Or even if they said, okay, she's missing and we're trying to find her, and here are her favorite shoes. What would your shoes tell somebody about you? Put it in the chat or come up, whichever one you'd like to do. What would your shoes tell somebody about you? I'd like to know. Yeah, I like to be comfortable but look good. I have nice shoes, but my favorite shoes in the summer, they are sandals. In the winter, I'm typically wearing fitness tennis shoes, to be honest. That's the truth. Just is what it is. Because, short of during a pandemic, I'm not monetized yet. I will be, by gosh, one day. But short of the pandemic, when I backslid, I was exercising 5-6 days a week. About to do that again. So I was wearing exercise shoes all the time. The pandemic, when I backslid. Whoa, that didn't sound good coming back to me.
Oh my gosh.
How are you?
I'm alive.
Well, that sounds good. Has it been a rough week or something?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it has been a weird week.
What happened?
My dad can't be left alone anymore.
No.
I thought it's the gardening season, and I'm really excited. My asparagus is growing, and I just reharvested a whole bunch of stuff, and I thought it would be okay that my mom and my dad could go alone for a car ride, and he got disoriented, and she found him wandering in the middle of the street.
Oh no.
So, yeah. But the interesting thing is, I think he's playing at senility. Now, this is a man who loves the Three Stooges and the Marx Brothers, so I think he's playing at senility because he has no problem remembering all kinds of nonsense. But yeah, it was a weird week.
I am so sorry to hear that. Has he been diagnosed, or is this new?
Oh, he's very clever at disguising himself, if that makes sense. He's very self-aware, and he can, like, he's been going to therapy for a very long time. So whenever someone comes to diagnose him, he can skate by. It's only when, like, he can't really feed himself or do anything like that. Like, the only thing he can't even cross the street, or like, it's getting bad.
Yeah. What about a regular MD? I mean, are they doing anything to try to help?
Oh, well, he has a home health aide.
Okay.
She's been helping out, but it's the same situation. Like, he's scared of her, so he like literally runs away from her. So, yeah.
I'm so very sorry, Vintage.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not that bad. He's a little boy, and you have to treat him as such. Like, he loves routine. And I always said that I thought that he was on the spectrum. Again, I'm adopted. He's my father, my adopted father, and I've been trying to reach out to his biological daughters, and they're not helping out at all.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, yep. Like,
Well,
I'll tell. I told them that situation, and now they won't really take my calls.
wow.
It's really weird. Like, and I'm so happy to have a father. Like, I'm adopted, like, yeah, I got a dad. And, of course I'm going to help him in any way he can. We watch Buster Keaton movies together, and we're part of like a club for old timey movies, and I'll do all that for him. But yeah, it's weird.
That just tugs at my heart so hard.
Why? That's normal, isn't it?
No, that you love him and stuff. No, that's normal. But that his own birth daughter's just
Oh, complete disassociation.
disassociate, and that he is dealing with this, and you are sort of alone in it.
It is what it is. You have to find optimism in anything.
Oh yeah, true.
He's still a goofball. You just have to encourage him to be goofy. Like, he loves making his weird sexist jokes when he watches 2.5 Men, and he thinks he's being funny, and I'm just like, ah, ha 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 ha, that's okay. It's a little strange.
Yeah. So yeah,
But as far as reading people, like, I can tell his personality instantly, because he'll make noises or something like that, and you can read him.
And just by sometimes if you just look at the way people move their eyes, or the glimmer in a person's eye, or the way they happen to pause and stare when they speak to you or before they speak to you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the small, minute nuances that we so often miss.
Well, I remember once before mentioning pickup artists and how they can use certain things like nuance to sort of read a room or read a situation to manipulate it.
Well, look at grifters.
Oh, don't even get me started. You do know I live in the Bronx, right?
Yeah. I mean, talk about perfection as far as using nuances and body language, and they're excellent.
Yeah.
They use it as a skill.
Well, what do you think that's about? Like, because when I think of a grifter, I always think of Woody Guthrie.
Yeah.
I think of like that old timey music, just a grifter with his guitar. Is that a con artist? Or is that a beautiful soul, and then you just get like slighted?
I don't know. I guess that's perception of the individual, right?
Fact.
And whether you consider him gifted, or whether you feel like you've been manipulated, your soul's been manipulated somehow, right?
I don't know if I feel manipulated if I hear a man with a guitar.
Right. And just think about the guys they used to consider Romeos, that could sweet talk women to the point of they would fall madly and utterly in love, and they would have a gift at it. They would take money from women and get all this stuff, and the women just loved them. They didn't care they were being ripped off. Right? Because they'd never been treated like that in their life. You see that all the time with these cougars on TV. I mean, really? They don't care.
No, it's funny.
They're going down on it. They're getting sweet talk. They're going out with a good looking younger guy. So they're giving everything up.
Yeah, that is so true, though. That just, I'm sorry to bring up Bravo, but that just is so reminiscent. Like, how many pastors are on Bravo that have that silver tongue and like they have a congregation of ladies?
Well, look on TLC. Ugh.
Yeah, you have to bring TLC into it. Oh, that's hilarious. But it's definitely something. I think charisma comes into play. Body language definitely comes into play. There's quite a variety of things as far as like. So you read people instantly. So body language, eye contact. If your glasses are on correctly.
Yeah, sometimes is your hair scruffled? Is it combed in perfection? Are your clothes like put onto a T? Are your shoes shine? How are you holding your body, right? Are you acting flustered? Are you holding your hands in prayer position? Just it's different things.
I taught in Japan for 7 years, and I remember during training they said never cross your arms because that's a very hostile position, and
Yeah.
never cross your legs.
Yeah. I mean, and in America, if you're crossing your arms, it's a couple of things. It's a sign of either you're protecting yourself, you're holding back information.
Or I forgot to wear my bra and I'm just holding my tits.
Well, yeah, that too. Or are you feeling kind of hostile or insecure? I mean, it's kind of like blocking.
Yes, it is a blocking mechanism. Same as crossing your legs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know why we be blocking. But
but even like with etiquette, like I heard you're supposed to legs closed, feet tight, you know? You sit like that or something.
Yeah, especially girls back in the day.
Back in the day.
Put your legs together. Keep your feet tight. Shine your shoes. Sit up straight. Chest forward. Head back. Be really proper. Yes, ma'am. No, sir.
I imagine you grew up in the South. I imagine Southern etiquette, it was quite different from what I grew up with in New York City. I definitely think body mannerisms and everything like that was definitely, it's cultural.
You're to be seen and not heard.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Don't ask for anything when you go to someone's house.
Like anything?
Anything. Not even a drink of water. So, let me tell you, parents loved us kids. We were like the Stepford kids. Remember those old movies, Stepford Wives or whatever they were?
Oh, yeah. Hence the look of shock. Yes.
And, they made remakes of them. Yeah, we were the Stepford kids. We were like well behaved, didn't cause trouble, didn't ask for anything. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Parents loved us.
I bet. Oh my
Sure
gosh.
is. Every time we went out for jobs, we got them. Yep. Brought good grades home. If we made a C on something, we were scared to death.
Did you ever try to, did you cheat?
No. Mm-mm. Look, my conscience was so, and it still is. I stole when I was a little girl, I stole a cherry out of a store and I got physically ill because I knew I did something wrong. I got physically ill. as a kid. And I had to go back and I went back and told the guy, and I bought the jar. My mom gave me money to buy the jar. Yeah, no, I didn't cheat.
Do you think that was psychosomatic though? Like
I'm sure it was. Because it was so drilled in us, you don't lie, you don't do people wrong. No. I'm telling you. My mom used God as a tool.
I stole a plant the other day.
Girl!
So it wasn't on my neighbor's property. It was across the street. And my mom was like, no, this is public property. Just take it. Come at night. Because it's the same plant that my mom has in front of her altar. And she was just like, no, just take it. Gardeners, there's no stealing. You're just making something better grow. And so I took it. Like I had my garden tool in my coat. I walked off, just like took it, and right in front, I like just carried it home. Like at first, I was like, oh, we have so much. Yeah, dug it right out of the ground from the roots, planted it in. But yeah, I stole a plant. At first, I was going to ring the doorbell and offer some lemon verbena and be like, listen, I really want that plant over there. Can I just take it, harvest it, and if it grows and I can clone it. But then Mom was like, no, we're in the Bronx. Just take it.
My parents were strict.
My mom is 70. And she felt so happy. She felt so thug. Like, yes.
My parents were super strict. And you think I'm uptight about doing the right thing? You should meet my brother. One of my brothers.
Oh, that's right. You have a few.
I have two brothers. Two good-looking brothers.
Obviously, they'd be good-looking. I mean, look at you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Put it this way. I'm the least good-looking of the kids.
Yeah, okay. I believe. Sure. Okay.
But, yeah, they're pretty boys. But my middle brother, he's real uptight. He's a good guy, but he's real uptight. So.
Oh my gosh. Is he going to come and find me because I stole a plant?
Oh, heck no. If he knew I was talking about spiritual stuff, he'd freak.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying he's just real. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was raised Catholic, and I feel like her standards of what she's supposed to do is very different.
Dear Yvette is here. I don't know if she's still here. Hello, dear Yvette Show. Hello, John W.
Where's the bear?
I don't know. Hello, Margie. Yes, they are there to meet you. They're gorgeous. Especially my baby brother.
So you're the oldest.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
And you have two little brothers?
My middle brother and I are 14 months apart. And my little brother is 5.5 years younger than me, or 6 years younger than me. And we were all born on the 3rd of a month.
Really?
3 on the 3rd, yeah.
That's a fun coincidence.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Oh, who's coming? JC Bear. Hello, JC Bear.
Hello. I heard I was summoned by Lavintage.
Well.
Hey, be nice to me. I had snow in the morning.
Oh, that's right. Canada.
Okay, I want you to hear real quick so my daughter will freak out. I did it earlier. She begged me not to.
Oh, ASMR? Oh, yes. Yes, do it.
Hi. Welcome to my show. I'm so glad that you're here today. Can you hear me tap on my headphones? I'm so glad that you came to the Dear Dana show today.
Very
That's it.
breathy.
Oh, is that bad? Not supposed to do that.
Breathy is more sexy, but you know, you can say, yes.
Oh, should I go? How do you do it not breathy? I'm going to the beach today.
I'm going to the beach today.
I'm going to make waffles.
Oh my God. I'm gonna make
Oh my God.
the beach today.
I would have to practice that, and not be breathy, I guess. She was like,
Yeah,
"Don't do."
it's
Oh
perfect.
no, that's a positive thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a positive thing.
I'm gonna have to start an ASMR channel and see how that goes too.
Oh my gosh! I bet you get like 1 million people.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
She was like, "Mama, don't think it's for the wrong reason. Don't do that."
No, but sometimes the wrong reasons make things right.
That's right. You can hook them in. Hook them in.
Yes. You know, get like you could read the Canterbury Tales, some kind of sexy novel, and be like,
Come to my other channel. Yes.
yes. If you would not like to discuss psychological things, listen to me speak.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah. I think it'd work. I'd listen to it.
But I was just thinking the other day about I was watching something about James Charles and other people, and I was watching local crime, actually, literally local crime, and I was looking at different mug shots and some live shots of them talking, and I could tell right away which ones were literally guilty. You know, they'd gone out on bond and stuff like that, which ones were not. And it was driving me crazy.
That's interesting. So just from their face, you were like, "Oh, murderer."
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I knew that I followed
Is that why you hide your face?
excuse me. I followed the case of Chris Watts when it first exploded, when I first found out about it, before he was ever arrested or they found any evidence, and I knew right away he'd done it. Knew right away.
Mm-hmm. I had my suspicions.
It was the minute I saw him on the news report, I knew he'd done it. It made me sick. Just from body language. It's amazing.
Which case is the Chris Watts case?
He had an affair. His wife had just come back on a trip. She was pregnant. She got home. He murdered her and took the 2 kids to the oil wells and dropped the two little kids down the wells in an 8-inch hole.
Oh.
And buried the wife, the pregnant wife, after he'd already killed them.
Now she was pregnant, right?
Yeah, 5 months.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will get banished or not. I'm not monetized. I said some words. I don't know if they'll. I don't know.
When you said the body language, it was when he was in court, right?
No, initially he wasn't supposed to. He was his parent. His mother-in-law had suggested that he not go on the news, and the news came up in his yard and interviewed him, and he was pleading wherever they were who had ever had information. He just wanted them back home. He was pleading for them to be back home. Just pleading. He had his arms crossed. He was stepping back and forth. At one point, he was very calm, talking about how he missed the little girls, and just had that where half of the mouth goes up and half goes down.
Smirk.
It was kind of a little bit of a grin, but then he tightened his lips up, and something in the way his eyes, I don't know, but I just knew, I knew. And he was just too calm.
I remember my dad, one of the first things he told me, he saw my principal when I was in second grade, and my principal was swaying. And he told me, look at that. And I was like, yeah, he does that all the time. And he's like, yeah, if you sway, that means you don't have a sense of reality. That's why you sway. And I never thought anything of it. But then throughout life, every time I saw someone and they started to sway, I'm like, let me find out some more.
And if you see somebody holding their chin when they're talking, they're thinking and processing something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I used to play with my ear a lot.
Yeah.
And kind of duck down. But I would do it on purpose to sort of come off as meek and unusual.
Oh, another thing I can't read that. I don't know why my little screen has gotten too small. I'm not a detective, but the arm folding is standing giveaway. Yeah. When the neighbor had videoed his video that protected his house, caught a glimpse of the truck the night he was loading his truck, but he couldn't see every little detail. So the cops were over there catching the video, and Chris didn't realize it was catching him loading something in the truck. And it had a commercial of a baby, too, in utero, which was odd. But as it was showing him, Chris had his hands. Well, you can't see me. Let me blow up the dang screen. Well, you still can't see it. Chris had his hands behind his head, okay, while he's watching it. And he's doing like this, swaying, right? And he just unconsciously put his hands behind his head. Now, a lot of times, that shows a sign of guilt. Just like when the cops tell you put your hands behind your head, when they're going to put you in cuffs. That was a complete unconscious thing for him, showing the cops are about to arrest my butt. Right?
Yeah.
He didn't even realize he was doing it.
Nah, that's true. Like, if you just instantly do that, yeah, I definitely believe that.
Yeah. So, I mean, what a dumb butt. They got him quick. I'm glad they got him quick, but now he's trying to study all this law stuff and see if he can blame it on being an unreality, being, made to feel crazy because he was so obsessed with that girl.
Is that really a defense?
God,
girl made me crazy. Why are you making me do this?
He's trying to say, had I not got involved with her, this would never happen.
Well, that is true. I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, but still, could you actually use that as a defense?
He can try to, but I don't believe he's going to get out.
Wow.
It's going to waste money for the public.
Oh my gosh. That's not even funny. That's ridiculous.
But I mean, it's real fascinating. And see, I'm jumping from us innocent people, right? No one's, somebody said something about, but they have sinned. Look, no, I guess it was on Adam's channel. Somebody made comment in the text. Nobody's free from sin. Let's be real. Everybody.
We've all made sins.
But it is fascinating. If you go and look at trials on YouTube, right? Or you look at like criminal trials or where people have done certain things in cases, we'll watch some of that. and you look at the body language of the defendant or some of the things they've said, or just before they've even been arrested, and you break it down and you pause certain things, it is just amazing because you're breaking it down by the moment, and you can get real keen on body language in your everyday life, and you're like, man, if you just learn to read it, you can figure out who's guilty.
That's
and you can
true.
take it into your real life, and you're like, whoa.
No, I definitely agree with you. That's very, very true. I taught for 7 years, and in Japan, like the way they move, it's so monitorized, and then you can tell when someone's off or something like that just because of the conditioning. And then when I came back home, and you can see like a swagger or something like that. But I think during court cases, it's unique because you're stuck in court for like a while. So that, everyone's watching you, and any kind of anxiety comes out. So that'll come out in your physicality.
And your demeanor and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And if you put the tone of voice or the person's energy with it, right? Even people that are lying for people, or people that have been threatened and are not given all the information, you can start breaking that kind of stuff down. You can start feeling it out and peeling that onion back. And you might not be able to prove all of it, but it sure does help police and people that are trying to seek out the proper people, if they just have people that learn to break it down for them. Instead of just going on a wish and a prayer.
Now, have either one of you ever, or anybody in the chat, served on a jury?
I haven't yet. Don't say that, because I'm going to knock on something that's wood, because I'll be getting called next.
No, so have I.
I've been called and haven't been able to do it at that time.
No, I've been selected. I was selected and had to sit on an assault case. And I just found it very interesting going through everything and the deliberations and stuff. But the hardest part was when you have to deliver the verdict.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked the foreperson of the jury afterwards, and he said he'd never, if he knew what that was going to be like, he would never have volunteered to do it. Because you literally are standing there and you're telling, these 2 or 3 people, you're guilty, you're going away to jail, da 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 da. And even though mentally that it's just, it's when you're standing there and literally have to tell somebody, sorry, not sorry, but you're going to jail. It's just a very different feeling. You think that that you're going to be like, yeah, I can do it. But when you're actually standing there, you're kind of nervous. And I don't know, at least I was.
What if it was a very elderly person and you knew they did something really bad? Could you send them to jail?
Yeah, like, is it guilt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. It's like, were they doing that to survive?
No.
Oh.
I mean, if it was this is just a case that I heard about. A very elderly person did something bad. So if the jury was there, would the jury go, okay, that person's already elderly? So
Isn't
we're not.
That ageism?
Do what now?
Isn't that ageism?
I know, right?
Yeah, they're guilty. They're guilty. That's fine.
What would you do? If they're already that old, what would you do?
Are they, how good looking are they?
Oh my Lord.
Vintage, naughty.
It's just a case I read about in the paper.
It could be that Is there any leniency in the sentencing?
How come that question's appropriate in my opinion?
I would hope not.
As hard as it would be, I would probably feel guilty, but I'd probably still have to. If I felt that they were guilty and we were going through it, I would still deliver a guilty verdict.
Yeah.
I would too. Especially if they knew what they were doing, then yes.
Yeah.
If they were of sound mind,
Yes, then 100%.
and
They're going down.
Hey, ordered steps, by the way.
oh, hello, haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome back.
I know, right? And Marzi and Yanni and Paranormal Witch. And if I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. I hope not. Kim and dear Yvette and everybody and Adam. And I think I got everybody. But yeah, it's really interesting to me. I mean, I've had studies in body language and already knew a lot about body language and being able to read people for a long time, but I just try to learn more and more and more about it. Because when I found out about how you can just really break down cases, I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
Now, is it true that defense and prosecutors have experts in a court during a case reading what the jury's body language and facial expressions are?
Yeah, oftentimes they're trying to get an idea of what direction they're going in so that they can change the lane of where they're going with things. Yeah. Yep. Not every case, but a lot of the high profile cases, yeah.
And they still have artists that draw, everything that's going on. So everyone's paying attention to everything that's going on as far as body language within a case, as far as if it is a high profile case.
And see, the other thing is, by virtue of having my son, I had to learn a lot of this. Because he couldn't tell me a lot of things. You get what I'm saying?
Communicate and understand.
So, but because of him, that was another gift I got. He added to I already had the abilities, but he added to it. So also when I teach kids online, what I have started doing, poor kids, but I've given them a lot of gifts in a backdoor kind of way. They just don't realize it yet. Instead of playing movies or little videos that are cartoons or movies that have a lot of dialogue to it, I play movies that have zero dialogue. I make them watch movies that have no dialogue whatsoever. And then when the movie's over, I have them talk about what happened.
Like what?
Like, they may see a movie, like the other day I played a movie where a fox, which he was on his hind legs like a human, he was really hungry, he was trying to get a fish, these big fat huge ugly monster beavers were eating all the fish and he couldn't get any, and then he goes and finds a blue egg and tries to eat it whole. Then he feels like it's moving, so he spits it out and it's a little blue bird, and that bird thinks that the fox is his mama.
I like this.
And he follows the fox around all the time. And the fox sleeps with the bird and takes care of the bird and feeds the bird and everything and tries to teach it to fly. But of course the fox can't fly. He's jumping off things. And the bird sees a butterfly and the butterfly teaches the bird how to fly. But eventually it was like a stork, I guess. The bird sees a stork and realizes, oh, that's my mom. So you see how the story goes, right? So it doesn't have any dialogue whatsoever. The kids have to figure out the story without words.
I also think they have to use their creative juices.
Right, and so when it's over, I have them tell me the story back as they saw it. So they're creating the dialogue for it, basically.
No, I love that. That's very creative as far as even having them encourage storytelling. because they're already seeing the imagery and everything, and then they can create the story from that. That's brilliant.
But they're
Yeah,
also it really the pictures and the colors are very detailed, the ones that I find. So I make them watch every little nuance to get the message. Even if I have to roll back a little bit. Like so they have to look at the um basically what the faces are saying and all of that stuff.
Now, what did their stories vary a lot, or were there just subtle differences?
Oh, they absolutely vary. And there are little. You mean each story that I show them?
No. Each like their response back to like the different kids in the class. Was there a wide range of how they interpreted it, or were there just little subtle variations with each?
Sometimes there were ranges in how they interpret it, and it was kind of a beautiful thing because it kind of built on itself. It wasn't so vast that the story was clearly 100% different. It was kind of like it painted together, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. It's called the narrative corpse. You'll like write something and then you fold it over and then you pass it down or something like that. I remember in drama class once we had to watch a film and she just put it on mute and then we just do voices and sort of fill in the characters. It seems like there's so many like that encourages creativity in kids, and that goes on.
Yeah, I mean, there are tiny things. You see this whole colorful film, and then, like, over on the left, you might see this tiny caterpillar moving, right? And if you're not paying real careful attention and being in the moment, you would completely miss it. But they were seeing all the little nuances. And I was loving it because when I first started showing them, they were like, oh man, we don't hear any words. And now they're figuring everything out.
So honing their observation skills.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want because it's going to carry over. Besides school, it's going to make them look at people and figure out how to read people and situations and stuff. They just don't know it yet. I'm sneaky.
Did you find that some of the students concentrated or related to, let's say, more the little bluebird or more the fox, or was there any characters that they kind of gravitated more towards?
It was really surprising to me because it was them together. It wasn't really one or the other. It was them as a couple, as what was happening. And they were a little bit sad when the bird went with the mom. But when they saw that the fox got a fish and he looked like, okay, I'm sad that my little bluebird's leaving, but I'm glad that it can fly. And I have my fish and I'm going to go dance back in the woods. So they were like, okay, he's okay.
Oh, it'd be nice if the little bluebird came back for a visit.
Yeah. The bluebird kissed him on the nose before he left. And the mama bird gave him a fish kind of like, and she saved him. She saved him and she gave him a fish before she left, kind of like, thank you for raising my baby.
Aww.
So they were figuring these things out. I'm actually a genius. They just don't know it yet. I'm kidding.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
Expanding their minds and their sense.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies when I was a kid was Milo and Otis, and that was a dog and a cat. And then, the cat went down a river or something like that, but then they were separated. But there's something about that kind of relationship. Like, these are animals that should not get along, but they're still getting along. And even though they grow beyond their relationship, they can still recognize that that togetherness is what made them understand other relationships. So
Exactly.
I
I mean,
got it. Oh,
do it now.
what? No, sorry.
But that's part of why doing that trickled over into me wanting to bring this up today. Because it also makes us have to be in the moment, which we don't do most of the time. If we hurt ourselves, we'll get in the moment because it hurts like hell.
Yes.
It flashes us in the moment because it hurts. We're not thinking about tomorrow. We're not thinking about yesterday. We're not thinking about all the things we have to do because it hurts.
But isn't that about being in the present?
Yeah, the present is the moment.
Yeah. So what if you just want to consistently hurt yourself in the present so you exist?
You're not gonna mess me up, girl. Nobody.
You don't have to hurt to be present.
Hello, Miriam. Thank you for
Just
the
stop hurting
butterflies.
yourself. No more
Hey, Gina
hurting.
Maxie. Yeah, nobody wants to hurt all. Who wants to hurt all the time? Nobody. Nobody ever said that. Hey, Vintage.
What?
You don't get this if you want to hurt all the time.
That's right.
Okay.
But we don't. We don't stay in the moment. We have to practice being in the moment. We can't be in the moment all the time. It's a good thing to try, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing that. Well, being in the moment, it's a wonderful thing if you're just focused on a moment. But I do feel that you need to understand your past and have a concept of a goal in order to exist truly in the present. Otherwise,
Right.
you're just sort of like going through the motions.
And it is good to understand your past, and we need to be able to grow. Too many people want to stay there.
In the past, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Just
the past is known. It's comfortable. It's not scary. Well, hopefully it's not scary.
I mean, sometimes people want to stay in the past because they've been divorced or they've lost somebody, or someone's died, or they've lost a child. I mean, let's say, what if I wanted to stay there in that pain all the time? What's the point?
Oh, but isn't that because the pain is comfortable?
No, the pain is not comfortable. The pain, sometimes people feel like the pain connects them to the love or whatever it was that they had that they can't access anymore. Unless you find, like, I know that love doesn't, if it's a loved one, love doesn't die, right? I have another way to connect. If you divorce someone, in some ways that's like a death, but you learn how to move past it because you have another door that opens. You know, that's a different kind of thing. That's a chapter in your life, like a breakup.
That makes sense. I feel like if it's a loss, you can access it on a spiritual realm, but if it's something physical, you can still access it, but you have to move past it.
But I mean, people that have been divorced, it is like a death initially because it's the death of hopes and dreams and what you thought was going to be. So you have to learn how to put stuff to bed and wrap your brain around it and navigate those waters so you can close the chapters. So you can move forward, you know? But a lot of times people want to live in the past. A lot of times when people get Alzheimer's, for instance, they will be able to remember the past very easily.
Yes.
But that's where all of their memories of when they were the most happy or the most spry or whatever are the steadiest. They can remember those memories like it was yesterday. If you play music, some of their favorite music from that time period, that's when they'll be the most active or lucid.
Yep,
True.
absolutely. My dad loves the Andrew sisters.
No, it's just that it was interesting when you were explaining that. I remembered the amount of guilt I felt the first time I laughed after a period of time after my mom had passed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like, oh my God, I shouldn't be laughing. It's only been a certain period of time. And it was just this immense amount of guilt that I had to get through because somebody was trying to raise my spirits and I actually laughed, like a real laugh, not one of those, oh, you're so funny laughs.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like, oh my God, I haven't mourned. I guess it's an Italian thing where there's a certain period of mourning. And I guess in my head, I hadn't achieved that, but I was like, and then I had to slap myself for feeling guilty for it.
I know, and everybody goes through that. Every single person goes through that.
Yeah.
It makes it hard. And then, that's another thing. There's this taboo about learning how to mourn and learning what's okay. And it's just, man, we're messed up humans sometimes.
True, and it really is. Everybody goes through it on their own individual journey.
Definitely. I think it definitely goes back to how you were raised as well. My mom, my biological mother is Catholic and raised Catholic. And when Abuelito died, she couldn't mourn for him for like a year. And then when she recognized she didn't mourn for him, she just felt regret. So she's just upset that she wasn't upset.
Wow.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah. Raised Catholic, remember?
Yeah, I was raised Jewish, so I didn't understand. I was like, why are you upset? And she's like, I'm upset because I didn't grieve. And I'm like, okay, so you're upset because you didn't understand that you were upset. Okay.
Miriam said pain is an addiction.
That is so true. That is so true. 100%.
Can you explain how you feel about that when you say that's so true?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Woo!
Well, it's not me.
That is so true. I feel like as human beings, once you can get comfortable with anything as a human being. And pain, once you've been traumatized or hurt, you're stuck in a certain place or a bubble. And to deal with that bubble, it's almost like PTSD. You acclimate yourself, and that's what you become used to. So
like a trauma bond.
Yes. And then you very easily, even after you're not in that situation, you still try to seek situations like that so you can feel that kind of level because that's your understanding. So pain not only becomes your reality, but then you it's an addiction. You seek it out. When I think of addiction, it's something you seek out in a negative way.
Well, it's like my dad, I've said it before, my dad used to say, you seek out the level of water of which you are. Meaning that water seeks its level out, it levels up to where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you pour water in a glass or pour water anywhere, it's going to meet itself. Right? And that sounds confusing.
No, I love that as a metaphor, considering we're made up of like 80% water. I like that.
So if you're used to pain, if you're used to being hurt, or if you're used to someone talking down to you or being abusive to you, and you haven't worked through that, you're going to seek those kind of relationships out.
Yep.
Over and over and over and over again.
Yep.
I think you've been requested for a link. I think maybe Monique would like to join us, or not paid by Monique would like to join us.
Okay.
Miriam's in the house.
Miriam's in the house.
I love Miriam. You have no idea.
You got a fan, Miriam.
You have no idea.
I threw it down, girl.
But I have a thing for accents, and also my mom's name is Miriam, so you know.
Aw.
Oh,
What?
should I leave so she can pop up?
No, I mean, there's room for 4 people. I don't
Oh, okay, cool.
know what the problem is. Oh, there she is.
Oh, there you are. You're raising the house. Raising the house. Dee, dee, dee.
Hello, Miriam.
Hey,
Hello, hello.
I love you guys back. It feels so good, and I'm not used to it.
Well,
So-
you're not used to what, being adored?
Yes, I am not. I am not. I'm usually bothersome.
Well, if they ever release the borders and I make it to New York City, I'll let both of you know and we can meet for coffee or tea in your case. Vintage.
No, I love coffee. Coffee.
same here.
Coffee. Yeah.
I know. I have a coffee. Do you know I drink coffee? It doesn't wake me up. I'll get sleepy. What is that about?
Well, myself now, I've been fasting. So
Ramadan,
my head is hurting. I need my coffee. It's not that I like. It's like addiction. This is an addiction. It's something I don't feel it tastes good, but I feel like I need it to function. So, and the same thing with pain. When I told you like pain is an addiction, I feel like that stems out of our lack of self-worth. We feel guilty if all of a sudden, sometimes when I laugh, I stop myself and I'm like, why am I laughing? Why I'm not, because I'm so used to always be worried and sad, and it's a state of mind that we seek because this is what's familiar to us. And then you just get absorbed by it and sucked into it. And that's hard to get out. It's like abusive relationships. You know that person is not good for you, but you still choose to stay till you reach your breaking point. So I feel like pain is an addiction. I think we all are addicted to pain. And the moment you feel like you want to move on, you feel a sense of guilt. And we are messed up humans. I agree with you.
I mean, we tend to feel guilty when we need to do something that's right for ourselves. Like, it can be in a friend relationship, a work relationship. Like, if you need to leave a job because it's not good for you. If you need to cut a relationship from somebody because the situation is not good for you. The guilt, OMG.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like we can't help but. I think it's a learning tool that we all need to practice more. Once we see something is toxic to us, or even like losing someone. I remember when I first joined college, my first love died of cancer at a very young age.
I'm so sorry.
And it hurts to thank you. It hurts till this day as if it happened yesterday. And for some reason, he's the only person that I really feel that really loved me all my life. But what I want to point to you at is that he knew that he was about to die, but I was seeing him all deformed because of cancer, like he was all puffed up because of the cortisone, this and that. But I wasn't acknowledging the fact that he's sick and that he will die. But he knew, to the point that I was supposed to go have dinner at his house with his parents. And I don't know why I canceled. I said, I don't want to go, like take a cab at night in Beirut. And I feel terribly guilty for not going. But in the phone call, he told me, promise me that you will stay this way. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, no, you have to promise me you're going to graduate. I'm like, why are you talking like that? He goes, no, I need to hear you repeat after me. That was my last conversation with him. And he made me repeat it. And remember, I've been telling you to talk about dreams. 2 years prior to that last conversation that I had with him, out of the blue, I had the dream that he has relatives that they have a convenience store in our village, and I went there to buy something, and he was there, and then he holds my hands and he kisses me on both cheeks, and that was a taboo then. Like that was that was really like bad. I woke up like, when you feel good, but then, oh my God, I'm glad it's a dream. Nobody saw him kissing me on the cheek. So fast forward after that last conversation, a week after, when I'm going to spend the weekend with my parents at the village, I go there, I take a ride with my aunt, and where my aunt drops me off in front of that store. When I see the doors of that store closed, I know that he passed away. That dream came back to me, and I didn't know how. I walked home. When I went there and my mom told me, I was distraught, and I was like, just wanted to quit everything. I was 18, you know? And then I remember the promise I made him.
That dream where he came to you,
He
and
was alive still.
Yeah, but listen, this is what happens when somebody is that sick. They are able to have one foot in both places. You understand me?
Yeah.
They're like, even with people when their Alzheimer's gets very severe, where they're not able to talk in a reality place, they have one foot in both places. He was so sick, he was able to have one foot in both places. So
yeah,
when
but that dream happened 2 years prior to his death. Like he was still okay, and we were not talking. This is why I feel like the power of dreams. They have like their vision. You don't know how to decipher them, but at some point you will know that dream out of the blue had a meaning.
No, but what I'm trying to tell you, his soul was literally spending time with you in that dream. Do you understand what I'm saying? His soul, it wasn't just a regular dream. His soul was literally able to kiss you on both cheeks, even though in everyday life it wasn't approved of.
Yeah.
It was almost like that was his way of connecting with you. I don't want to say marriage, but almost in a marital way. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You didn't marry him, but had he been alive, you would have married him.
Seems like a prophetic dream.
He would have married you had he survived. So
yeah.
when
And now I don't like, he doesn't come to my dreams that often, but when he comes like his old self, like before he got sick. I don't see him sick in my dreams, but it's very rare. It's like I feel like him and my dad.
when they come to you in dreams like that, those are literal visits.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's not an accident, a fly-by-night thing. That is a literal visit because it's easier for them to come to you like that when you're relaxed. Because, Miriam, when you're awake, you have so many things and stressors on your plate that it's impossible for them to connect with you and give you that many signs because you've got way too much on your plate. It's easier for them to visit with you asleep. So those are legit visits.
And do you feel like after you have those dreams, do you feel like, what do you feel? Like, do you feel at peace? Do you feel love? Do you feel
It feels good while I'm dreaming, but then when you wake up and you know that that's not reality, I feel like you you know they're not on this earth anymore, and that is sad. Like
We need we need to have a conversation this week, okay? Like a deep conversation this week. But 100%, I want to tell you, it is sad because you can't physically touch them when you wake up. But please know that when you're having these visits in your dream and it feels real and you feel happy and everything when you wake up, they are legitimately they're using their energy to visit with you like that. Okay? So don't dismiss it.
no, I don't. I
Okay, good,
cherish
good,
them,
good.
and I feel like I wish I would dream of them more. Like him and my dad. These are the two people who pass away that sometimes they come, and I wish they would come more. But I try to block them, even like during my days. I try not to think about it. But it's just like because today's topic was pain, and you mentioned divorce, and you mentioned friendships. Like it's like. Pain is addictive and it's uncomfortable, and to the point that when she said that it's comfortable, people get comfortable in uncomfortable situations, and this
Yes.
is where it leads. Yeah, I got what you I think this is what you meant, because it's so easy to just say, oh, this is it, this is my life, and I don't want to, you know it's too much energy to get out, but we don't realize how much effort it takes to stay in it. It's when you
Sometimes
realize it's taking a lot of effort and energy and it's sucking the life out of you, that you decide, oh, this job, like I have to change jobs, or I have to get out of this relationship. So it's tough.
yeah, I've gone through something like that recently where I spent 3 days praying and meditating, and I was like, it was just giving me anxiety, and I was like, I just got to do this. I just got to do it. I had to,
Mm,
like, cut my ties from something, but it was upsetting me. I felt bad about it, but it was for my betterment. But be that as it may, I understand what you're going through and what you're saying, but sometimes people put themselves in position that it's easier to deal with the devil we know than the devil we don't.
is it though? But they're
No,
devil in
no,
both
no,
situations.
no.
No.
But that's what they're doing, is what I'm saying.
Ah, yeah, true.
They feel like it's easier,
It's not
but it's not, because you're making yourself stuck because you're afraid of the unknown.
true.
Is what it is. People get frozen in the negativity and the yuck because they're scared of what's out there, or they're scared of taking a chance, or their confidence isn't there, and they feel like either who's going to want me, do I want to take another chance, is it too late to go in another career direction, is it too late to follow my passion, is it too late to chase my dream? Look, if you're breathing, it's not too late. If you're breathing, it's not too late. You know what I mean? Some people might say, Dana, what the heck are you doing on YouTube? You're no teenager.
I wouldn't
Oh
watch
my
you if you were a
god.
teenager.
Do what now?
I wouldn't watch you if you were a teenager.
Oh god.
But most of the people, a good majority, are not in my category. They're teenagers,
No,
20s.
but like behind this, what are you doing on YouTube? I feel like there's a bit of envy of how brave you are. I feel like people, when they criticize you, most of the time is because they lack the courage to do the same. Just like so many women, like they stay in miserable relationships because
Right.
they are scared of being alone, or because it's cheaper to keep him, or you know, uh, because like the money works like that as a couple, but on an emotional level they are totally disconnected. I know so many couples like that. And yet when I, instead of like, nobody said, oh, I wish I had your courage. They don't say the opposite, but they treat you as opposite. They ice you out, and
Yeah.
they cut you off little by little. They wanted to be your friend while you were miserable. This is why when they say misery needs company, that's it. There's no misery like alone. When you
Yeah.
The misery is felt only in the group of two or more.
Right.
If it's Yeah, so they will be with you. They will be friendly, uh, as long as you're miserable. If they see you take that step that they lack the courage to take, you're not suitable for them anymore, and
Right.
they just ghost you. And I have experienced a lot of that, a lot.
Hey, Kai Bear.
Yeah. So it's like, um, uh, even like people who I thought like they would be there for me no matter what, I felt like their actions were judgmental. They were saying like what we want to hear them say, but their actions were not in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I started like this thing. You're not my real friend. I'm cutting you out. I'm cutting you out of my life, to the point that now I have very few friends, and the very few friends that I have, they're not like what the friend that I hope to have, but it's just like so that I know what to expect.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's just
it's not a happy place, but I feel like I'm safer this way, to be honest with you.
safer in what way? Not to have friends or not to communicate with friends, or I don't get it.
Because usually who hurts you? The people who you are vulnerable with, who you show like your all, you say the bad and the ugly, and they hurt you when they turn on you. So when you don't have those deep relationships anymore, or because like I'm a trusting person by nature, and that has like backfired on me big time. So now even like when I want to open up to someone, I'm always like, no, TMI. Don't say it all, Miriam.
Oh,
Hold
girl,
something back.
I'm feeling you right now. I'm feeling you right now with that. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I, as I've gotten older, always be guarded.
Yeah.
Unfor-
I feel like
Unfortunately,
I'm clam. I feel like now I'm like a clam. Like I opened up like here, like this is where I have these deep conversations. Like rest assured, I'm not having this type of conversation with anyone else. And
Yeah, no, I am honored that you say that. I hope that everybody feels calm and a different energy when they come in here. Because I'm going to admit something. I was feeling
yeah,
crappy.
it's because you don't know my address.
Yeah, no, right? I was feeling crappy before I came in here.
maybe you should message me your address and we meet up. You're in New York, right?
Yeah,
We have
I'm
to
in the
meet.
Bronx.
We listen. I'm. We have to meet up and go for a walk in the park one day.
And JC Bear, no, he's in Canada.
I'm in
Yeah, he's
Canada.
in
I can't.
Canada.
We're in lockdown. I can't get to Manhattan to meet you guys.
Also, I'm very annoying. I like gardening and painting. Also, cooking. These are very annoying things
That's
to
not annoying
the
stuff.
rest of
I love.
humanity.
You're my soul sister. I love doing those things. I
Good.
hate
You
doing
can
dishes.
paint me. I'll eat dinner, and I'll help turn the soil. So we're all good.
But before I came in here, I wasn't feeling very well. And just, I came in here and I don't know what it is, but I feel better. It wasn't just it was physically too. I just feel, but I mean, I do prayer and meditation and try to spread the light before I come in here, and I actually feel better.
I
So
think there's
maybe it's
something about being heard. I feel
Yeah.
like you feel like we hear you. And the same way for me, I feel like I'm heard here. This is a place where I feel safe to say things that I'm not talking to anyone about.
good. I mean, that was my hope and dream for this community, that people would actually even come in and say, "Hey, dear Dana, I got this problem going on. You got any advice?" That hasn't quite happened. It's sort of kind of happening, but that was my sort of
Trust takes time.
thought that this would happen. You know what I mean? But I don't think I put the message out quite right. Maybe I need to change my banner or
Maybe you
something.
do ask Dana. Dana.
Ask dear Dana. Yeah,
Yeah, ask dear Dana. And
that's a good
you know,
idea.
people will get like it's, you know, what would you do? I have this problem. What's your opinion? And
And I think I am going to take your advice, by the way, as some of the new shows come on, and break down some of the characters.
yeah, because that applies to all of us. We all have a little bit of this and that, and sometimes like, oh, so it's kind of a self check as well.
So, be prepared to guess, Miriam.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. Just let me know so that I do my hair
Okay.
ahead of time.
But since all four of you, I guess I need to count myself right. Duh. I told you it's one of those nights. I've had a headache for 3 days. And it's not a migraine type thing. It's just, I think it's a weather thing. Because it keeps getting hot and cold here.
Here
Has
too.
it snowed?
No, but it'll be 80 one day, and then today it was like 53.
Oh, big
yeah,
drop.
it's the same thing in Jersey. Here also,
Yeah.
like, the weather is going up and down.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy. It makes me feel bad. But
Today was like that. Like at noon, it was so hot. Then all of a sudden, we had rain, and the temperature dropped. I had to
Yeah,
come
it was
home
freezing
double
like that.
jacket to finish my walk. Horrible, and I couldn't have coffee, which is okay. You know, like I realized I've been eating more than I need. I'm not getting hungry during the day. It's just I miss coffee or the habit of drinking coffee. I don't know. Yeah, I love coffee. Oh God.
Well, it's nice to grab a nice big cup of coffee, go to a park or a nice setting, and just sit down and just enjoy the scenery and take things in, and chat about nothing and everything.
oh yeah,
You need to do that.
my daughter went on a hike this week. We have some of the most beautiful land around here because we're at the foothill of the mountains, just outside of Atlanta. She said she's going to take me.
Yeah, I love long walks in nature. That's my I love
I'm
it.
trying to find it. My Instagram act. I can't even talk today. You hear that? My Instagram app has been acting weird.
Yeah.
Has yours?
Yes, all of them. Like, and they keep changing the settings, so you always change. Like, even the display, how to post. It's weird.
And then
But
you
you
have
know
to
what?
push the little thing that says use app.
Well, you don't have the app. How do you go to Instagram?
No, I have the app, but then it'll change and then it'll throw down a bar that says use app.
I didn't see that. That's odd. If you have the app, it means you're using the app. Why
Yeah,
would it
no,
tell you to use the app?
I don't know, but that's what it's doing.
Hmm.
So it's driving me crazy. Anyway, she went where a waterfall was, where the lake was, where the mountains were, hiking through a beautiful trail. I mean, it was gorgeous. All in one day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. She said, I'm going to take you, Mom. I just want to go to the waterfall.
Yeah.
Just to have some peace in nature, you know? Go hug a tree.
I want to go to a
Andrew,
spiritual retreat.
Yeah. I don't know that I could stay there that long, though.
And I can't because I have my kids. So I would go crazy. One day, maybe I can run away.
This is one of the places she went that day. Look at that.
Wow.
That's near my house.
Oh, very cool.
And you
And
need
I
to
did.
go there tomorrow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right?
Water's rights. If I stay there, I live there.
Eden goes, I'll take you this weekend. And you go to not far, and there's this beautiful waterfall. I'm dumb. I need to go.
Oh, we need to go visit you. Okay.
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
rent cabins.
Oh, tent, squatters' rights. I'll just find a tree. I'm fine.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
it's-
no! I'm not outdoorsy. I need
No.
like.
I'm
No,
not in
these,
my 30s anymore, vintage. I need a cabin, okay?
but these
I'll
cabins,
build
the
you
cabins
a
are cool. The cabins are cool, but sometimes you just need to like decompress and get away from your what you're used to.
Civilization.
Yeah. Get away from your home, get away from everything you're used to looking at, all your COVID wear,
Oh
everything.
God, COVID,
Yeah.
COVID,
Electronics,
COVID.
everything. Yeah.
Just get in a land of let's recharge and start again. It's just like I was going to do dreams today, but another YouTuber was talking about doing dreams, and I was like, well, I better not do that right now. I'll upset somebody.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like stress.
That's a thing.
I'm just 2 months in, and I'm like,
I don't know. I feel like you take dreams to I like the way you break things down. Like there's a topic and then it's you slowly break it down to a more like ethereal kind of way. So some of us can understand it.
well, I'm glad that like I'm so happy that you brought up your dream, Miriam.
You dumb it down to us.
See, now you have to bring up dreams because Miriam asked about it.
We had to talk about dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how we meander.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll just go ahead and I'll call it something. I don't know what I'll call it Saturday, but maybe we'll have a hodgepodge Saturday.
Just say hodgepodge. That's perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's
Hodgepodge
perfect.
Saturday.
Hodgepodge Saturday. We're good.
No, what can we have with dreams Saturday? Dreams and what are you interested in?
Ask dear Dana.
I thought
Ask dear
hodgepodge.
Dana.
I thought just hodgepodge brings it all together. Like,
I'm just I hope some people will ask, but I don't know if they will. Maybe if I put it in 2 days ahead of time instead of 2 hours.
Yeah, we
And then
think about something.
And then if you post it on Instagram, some of your followers can share it.
Okay, I'll do it 2
Spread
days
the
ahead of time.
love, spread the news.
Oh, Miriam, did you hear I went to a kill shelter and adopted a baby?
Or you have to show her the
What?
puppy.
I went
What did you say?
I went to a kill shelter and adopted a puppy.
Oh. the look of relief. Like,
Oh,
Not a
when you
human
start with
baby.
a kill shelter, like, yeah, at first I'm like, what is she talking about? I totally see you adopting the world. Oh my
I totally see you adopting the world.
Oh God, it's so precious.
Can you believe it?
Oh,
I get
believe
her.
it.
I get her tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. That puppy will bring so much joy.
See, I already have 2 dogs.
The more the merrier.
One we rescued off the highway, and it had a chip, and it came on Noah's birthday. And the person on the chip said, I've had that number for 10 years, and I've never had a dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he ended up being ours. And we have a bulldog, stubborn and cute and just stubborn as crap. And then we're adopting her. And so we're stuck between Rose and Sage to call her.
I'm voting Sage.
But what are the other two fur babies' names?
We have Benji is the little white one that we rescued off the highway, and then the bulldog, his name is Nico, but we call him Nicky half the time. His name is Nico.
I have to think about the name.
So
Sage is nice.
I told Eden, I said, we'll call her both, we'll name her legally both names, and we'll decide when we figure out what her personality is.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, the dog that you rescued on the highway was named Vinty?
No. on his chip it said Sweetie.
Oh.
But he wouldn't answer to it. Like he was pissed off.
Well, if you leave me at the side of a highway, I'd be pissed off too.
Yeah, he wouldn't answer to it at all. So I changed it to Benji, and then he started coming when I would call him. So.
Kai Bear was asking, in the area that your daughter was hiking and so forth, is it all natural wildlife? Are there bears there?
There are bears. There are bears. And there's one area there, the Hallmark movies. They film a lot of the Hallmark movies there.
Oh
yeah, you're
nice
in Georgia.
Area.
There's a huge production company over there. They shoot a lot of movies there.
Tyler Perry? Is it Tyler Perry's?
No, it's not at Tyler Perry's film place is about 45 minutes from here, but the Hallmark movies, they film in the mountains over here.
Wow, that's nice.
All the holiday movies and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Aww.
See, in Atlanta is big, and they count all the suburbs expand as a part of Atlanta, right? So I'm in the suburbs north of Atlanta.
In the burbs.
Yeah, I'm in the mountains, foothill of mountains outside of Atlanta.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a nice landscape.
Yeah.
I would go every day to that park with your daughter if I were you.
But if we want to go to a concert or something in Atlanta, it doesn't take us long to get there.
Okay.
So a lot of people that work in the city live outside of it.
Oh, yeah. Just like here.
Yeah.
Same thing.
When I was younger, I lived in a warehouse in Atlanta.
You and your stories.
Crazy.
Wow.
Well, you want to experience the city, right?
We want to hear Dana's stories.
Yes, I want to hear Dana's stories.
They're not that
that's
exciting.
the title of an episode. That's the title of an episode.
That's definitely the title of an episode.
They're just not that exciting.
Well, let us judge that.
Yeah, exactly.
I
feel like you traveled with like a rock band or something.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I really look like I traveled with a rock band? I mean, come on now.
You never know. There's a whole side of your life we don't know about.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you did.
You totally look like a rocker. Look at your
Dana's
hair.
Dana's just my surname. You just don't know.
Exactly.
I used to be famous. You just don't know.
That would not surprise me. Surprise me.
You're famous to me.
Oh, thank you, Miriam.
What is it? Hedley Lamar, that actress. She was actually a spy. I read her biography.
Hedy Lamar.
Yes. Sorry, I had a Blazing Saddles joke. Hedley, not Hedley. I would not be surprised if you were like, yes, I was a spy.
That's so funny.
That's so funny. You didn't even smile. See, that's why it's true.
Oh, maybe that.
Yes, and you didn't look away in your eyes.
You didn't look away. You were like, oh, that's
After you did, but before you didn't.
Oh, my.
You can do a game.
We're watching your body language,
Yeah, we're watching your body language.
2 lies and a truth.
Okay, let's go.
2 lies and shake your booty.
Guessing. Yes. We can have a guessing game. Give us
Yeah,
2 lies and 1 truth.
yeah, go ahead, Dane.
No, is it two? What is it? 2 truths and a lie. That's what it is.
I don't know. I'm
Okay,
just
2
waiting for your
truths.
body language.
Okay, 2 truths and 1 lie.
Oh, you're getting clever. You're overthinking this. Okay.
You
I
know
need to
what?
write this
You're
down.
that can be a whole show. We all come up with 2
That would be
truths and
fun.
1
That would be
lie.
fun.
Yeah, that's
Especially
so
if
fun.
people in the chat would take turns coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
They can at least guess with us, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be fun to have a game night
Oh, that's cute.
and have people actually participate.
Dana
participate.
game night. Dear Dana game night.
Have a little snooky.
True. And maybe a little side shot of, something to warm us up on a cold spring night up here.
Look, 1 glass of wine and I'm just sleepy anymore.
Are you serious? I would
I'm a-
love to see you, Luffy.
I am a cheap drunk.
You're a lightweight.
Yeah, it doesn't take me much anymore. It's really sad.
Oh, wait. That should be like if you win 2 truths and a lie, you drink a glass of wine and then we continue on with the show so we can see you, Luffy.
Yes.
Oh no.
That will be a shit show.
It might literally be. I have to.
I'm talking about myself. Like I'm a lightweight too.
And then,
Paranormal Witch says, I'm going to believe that. I'm going to put that as my mantra, by gosh. What'd she say? Let me read it.
Dana is the next icon on YouTube.
I
Yes. You are the icon. Period.
own it! Oh, I snort. That is not nice.
It
That's
happens to all of us.
It's
It
not-
happens to all of us.
It's not good to be a snorker.
Look at how many icons
funny.
come to your channel.
Do what now?
How many icons come to your channel? You've got like Kempire, you've got Adam, his boy came over when you first started. You've got Miriam, you've got Shannon,
Oh,
Ben. You've
I'm
got
an icon. Oh
Trixie,
my
you've got
God.
everyone that comes here. You've got Mr. Bear, who's a moderator for how many other people? Everyone that comes here is.
I'm just a guest
You're an
accessory.
icon.
Vintage, you're becoming an icon now.
You are an icon.
Look, before this channel, you never spoke on air.
No, never. You just
See?
encouraged me.
You came out of your shell, and I'm so glad you
Plus, you
did.
have that adorable hat that I love that I'm going to find when I get to New York.
Are you seriously going to steal my hat?
Well, I'll wear it for a picture.
My hair is growing back in,
It's super cute.
So's mine.
Oh, really? Can't see you because you ain't showing your face.
That's right, because I
I
look like a Yeti.
I haven't seen your face in a long time.
We've been on lockdown since November, and we still haven't seen a barber.
So
I
what?
could've-
He's too handsome.
No,
We understand.
That is no excuse. My hair is not
Okay,
done
next
and-
time on Saturday, I'll show my face for a
Okay.
slight thing.
I cut my own hair and it's apparent.
Well, I'm gonna cut my hair.
What?
on
That's
Friday.
apparent?
Yeah, I cut it and it's apparent. I cut about 1 inch off of it every month. It keeps growing.
Oh, see, I cut my hair and it's apparent. I can't tell. You look amazing. You look the same.
That's the sad thing. My mom saw me. She goes, "You need to cut the hair." And I said, "You can't talk to me." I said, "Until recently, your hair was as long as mine."
It is hard to cut curly hair, though.
Yeah, because it just
Yeah.
you cut curly hair and it gets this way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't like it growing like this. I like it going down.
Yeah, because you have a lot of hair. It needs to weigh down.
Yeah, I don't like looking
So
like
what?
Bozo.
Oh wait,
It's
so if you have a short haircut, does it just turn into a little fro bob?
Yeah,
yes.
But wait, both of you. Wow.
Yeah.
mine grows out instead of down. I don't like it.
This is why my hair is long. I can't cut my hair. I'm worried about Friday. I'm gonna have a trim, probably just this, and I'm gonna say, "Oh my God, where did my hair go?"
I love that. I'm worried about a trim.
But guys, you know what? Oh, what
What's
time
that?
is it? It's 10:40.
Ooh, yeah, very good.
Every time I get on here, I lose space and time.
That's
Well,
good.
you always say an hour, but we always go 2.
We go over
That's
2
true.
now.
That's
We're over 2 now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we are.
and
Oh,
it
wow.
doesn't feel like it. I must enjoy it because it doesn't feel like it.
Oh God, yeah. Before you know it, it's like it's time for bed.
Yeah, I haven't eaten dinner
Yeah.
either.
What do you
I'm
mean you
gonna be
haven't
up
eaten
late.
dinner?
I haven't eaten dinner. I never eat dinner before show because I'm afraid I'll get upset stomach.
Oh,
You're so
sometimes I'm
cute.
eating dinner and just listening in
Well,
That's why you didn't show your face.
I play it safe.
because I'm not going to show you me eating pizza while I'm listening in, going. Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, num num sounds.
Anyway, guys, I hope everybody got some sense about, reading faces. We will talk more about body language. And I guess I'm just going to have to break down and do a dream
Yes.
show.
Oh. So then Saturday, that means we can have our 2 truths and a lie. We can have our dream, and I guess something else on Saturday night. But I think that'll take us for a lot on Saturday night.
My phone is ringing.
Okay, love you.
Hi guys.
But anyway,
Hey,
I'm so happy
ya.
everybody came
girl, you
tonight.
remember me? You remember you have a friend?
Oh no, she forgot to mute.
Oh, wait a second.
Wait, I have to listen to
I'm
that.
back. It's my friend. It's been a while. Like we always tag each other. Like on a talk. That was so funny. God. Okay, let me try to talk to her. I will promise I will leave.
I love it.
Oops.
That was so funny.
When you're on more than one medium.
Right, bye, guys.
Anyway, I love you all. Thank you for coming, and I will see you on Saturday. And remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you, JC. And thank you for showing up, everybody. Love you guys so much. I'll see you Saturday night. Please show up and share. We will play and have some fun.